What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Justice League trailer breakdown. So this trailer is absolutely insane and gives us a lot more insight to the team and the wider world and threat that they are facing. The Warner Brothers panel at San Diego Comic-Con was absolutely mind-melting. And I'm talking mind-melting here. It was amazing. We learned that, well, we got this trailer for starters. We got some look at Aquaman, which apparently looks like Star Wars underwater. We have also as well got word that the Flash movie has now turned into Flashpoint. What the frick? Now, Flashpoint, me and my buddies, when we saw Batman versus Superman, we were like, hold on, what's the Flash doing there? Hold on, this is like some kind of Injustice, like Flashpoint level shit right there. I mean, it looked so cool. But first, let's break down this trailer, which it does look like, in my opinion, that this is in the UK. I'm not exactly sure what museum they're actually here, but if it's in the UK, now I'm going to throw out a wild theory that obviously we've got 3 mother boxes, and I think that one of these mother boxes might be held at a museum, and that this person here looking or trying to actually go and shoot up the place is possibly looking for one of these things. And I kind of expected like Deadshot for some reason to actually be here. I'm not really sure why I actually thought that, to be honest. But we see Wonder Woman taking on this person. I loved the juxtaposition here of her at the Louvre in Paris as well. But we have Superman is dead. We see a brief shot of the Shard there, with Tower Bridge having the iconic Superman logo on a black background. Very, very reminiscent there of the Death of Superman issue that we had as well in the comics. And this is very much the world wanting to bring its hope back. And we see Gotham, we see the Batman return here to everything. But we actually have Themyscira back here in the Justice League, and we see the boom tubes come through, and he is here. He being Steppenwolf. And we see the first proper look at the action version, the live action version of Steppenwolf, which looks suitably badass. Now, obviously we've got Jason Momoa there as Aquaman, and we see the teams there, and how amazing, just how amazing does this Speed Force thing here look as he like goes through the glass and we see it split. But here, now this part here with Steppenwolf looks very much like the prologue scene we're expecting with his flaming sword there. And that I expect that, if you don't know who Steppenwolf is, he is of course the uncle of Darkseid. He is very, very involved in the Darkseid wars, like the kind of conquest that Darkseid has against absolutely everything, and it looks suitably kick-ass. Now, what is really funny here is the fact that, well, we actually hear him mention that there are no lanterns, and, well, he mentions, well, lanterns are obviously a huge thing in the DC universe. We've got a Green Lantern Corps movie actually coming to this as well, coming to the DCEU. So that's no surprise, but it's really cool that it's actually been mentioned. We've had no real word yet until this trailer had actually dropped, but it's looking really likely. And also, very curiously, I love the way Alfred is like just saying that like the wind up penguins were that's the kind of the worst thing they actually had to deal with until now. We've got this huge incursion from another world, and I love the fact that the Penguin is actually mentioned. It kind of makes me think that he will be involved some way. I've heard rumours that he's involved in the Batgirl movie, which would be pretty cool, to be honest, having him in the Batgirl movie. And I expect that they're dropping more and more references to the wider world here of everything. And we get a good look at the parademons here, who are the warriors for Darkseid, and we get a really good look at the world being destroyed or on its way to be destroyed. And I have to say, the Speed Force just looks stunning, of course, as well. And we get a better look at Ezra Miller as the Flash. And I think he's doing a great job here of being the Flash, the very early version of Barry Allen that we have there. Albeit he's a bit similar to Grant Gustin's version, maybe, as well. I'm not too sure. I'll leave that up to you guys. But Cyborg stealing the Batcrawler was really, really cool. I'm not a big Cyborg fan, to be honest. I will be brutally honest with you there. But the war is coming. The League is being united. And wow. Aquaman flying, but falling with style with a parademon. I mean, seriously, can you really kind of take that into consideration? Because somehow Jason Momoa, I say somehow, but, well, he is a complete and utter badass warrior. But right at the end, of course, we do see him, sort of. We see a look at Superman. And I love the fact that Alfred is sitting there like, I knew you'd come. He said you would turn up. And it looks like he's just trying to repair his vehicle in the woods. I'm not really sure where he actually is, but, well, that is it. So one of the biggest things arguably here is the fact that Flashpoint is coming to the DCEU, and the Flash movie is going to be Flashpoint. Now, you probably know, if you're a fan of this channel, if you've been watching me from the beginning, you know all about Flashpoint. You know that, well, basically what happens is Barry Allen, the Flash, goes back in time to save his mother from the Reverse Flash. And then what transpires is he comes back and he wakes up in a world where Atlantis and the Amazonians are at war. And this is bringing down the entire world. I mean, if you haven't read the comic, it is an absolutely stunning tour de force, which then led to the New 52 and the subsequent DC Rebirth. Now, it is an amazing, amazing story. And having this in the DCEU is humongous, because this pretty much changes everything. It changes the huge landscape. We have Thomas Wayne working in the casinos, and Thomas Wayne is really at the end of everything. And recently, we saw in the Button storyline in DC Rebirth, we actually saw Thomas Wayne meet his son Bruce Wayne, as we learnt that Flashpoint wasn't ended once the Reverse Flash was destroyed. So that could mean all manner of humongous things to come for the DCEU. Will it reboot the entire DCEU? That is a huge, huge thing to actually claim. But that is big. So they've pretty much scrapped everything to do with what they've had so far, and they have restarted it and led to Flashpoint. Now, the question here is, with Flashpoint, what are they actually going to do with Flashpoint? Now, I think that personally it seems like a bit too early to be bringing in Flashpoint. I mean, we've just had Flashpoint over on the CW. I've kind of done with the Reverse Flash. I would like him to go into different villains. I feel like they need to establish Barry Allen as a hero before he goes back and makes the terrible decision to save his mother. But, well, I guess they're going all hog, and they will probably use this to retcon other ideas and probably retcon things which fans didn't like. So there is that. Be fighting and leading his armies against Aquaman, because they actually are they are related, of course, as well. So a lot of stuff is going down with that, and that does actually make sense. And it does almost confirm the rumour that the Black Manta is actually being hired by Patrick Warburton's Ocean Master as well. So that is it for this video. Please do drop a like, please do subscribe, and I'll see you soon, and goodbye.